Hello learners, how are you? I hope all of you are well. Today we are going to study statistics of ICSE Standard 9, and statistics is the collection of data, organization of data, presentation of data to summarize and analyze them to draw conclusions from the given information. For example, collection of height of all students of your class. To study statistics, we have to know some terms, and our first term is variable, and we are familiar with variable. That variable means anything that changes from individual to another. In statistics, a variable may be some information which changes person to person, such as height of a person changes person to person, age of the person changes person to person, and so on. Now there are two types of variables: continuous variables. Continuous variable is the variable in which any numerical value can be taken from the certain range, such as height of a person can be between 150 centimeter and 180 centimeter. This may be in the decimal as well. But in discontinuous variable, this is also known as discrete variable. This kind of variable is incapable to take all possible numerical values, such as number of vehicles in a family. This may be 1, 2, 3 and so on, but cannot be in the fraction or decimal. Our next term is data. Data means information. Let us take an example that marks scored by a student in different subjects are 6, 10, 2, 7 and 9. This particular data is known as raw data or ungrouped data. That means raw data is the data when we write the data or take the data as it is, but when we arrange raw data in increasing or decreasing order, that is ascending or descending order, then this data is known as arrayed data. This means arrayed data is in the form of increasing or decreasing order. For example, if we arrange them in increasing order, then it will be 2, 6, 7, 9 and 10. Simple. Our next term is tabulation of data. Tabulation of data means a representation of given data in the form of table, that is representation of data in the tabular form. For example, let us consider that marks scored by two students, that is A and B, in different subjects such as math, science and SST are given. Scored 96 in math, B scores 43 in math. For science, their scores are 87 and 98, and for SST their scores are 78 and 64. Now we can represent this in the tabular form like that: math, science and SST. This will be 96, 43, 87, 98, 78 and 64. Next term is frequency. This tells us that how many times a data appears in the given information or the given set of information. That is, let us consider an example: 0, 1, 3, 7, 0, 9, 4, 6, 2, 3 and 1. then the frequency of 0 is 2 because 0 appears 2 times here and here. Similarly, frequency of 1 is also equal to 1. Similarly, frequency of 1 is also equal to 2. Now our next topic is frequency distribution. So I am going to draw a frequency distribution table of the given data, and here the datas are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 and 9. Just writing here frequency and tally marks. We will discuss this later that what is tally marks, but we will discuss it later that what is tally marks. Now write frequency. The frequency of 0 is 2, 1 is also 2, 2 is 1, 3 is 2, 4 is 1, 6 is 1, 7 is 1 and 9 is 1. Now tally marks is represented by short vertical lines. These short vertical lines are known as a stroke. So 2 is represented by 2 short vertical lines, means 2 stroke. Similarly, these 2 will be represented as 2 short lines. This one is represented by 1 stroke. This is 2, this is 1, this is 1 and this is 1. Now to write tally marks, we have to follow some rules. That is, 1 is represented as 1 stroke, 2 as 2 stroke, means 2 vertical lines, 3 as 3 strokes, 4 as 4 strokes. But in case of 5, there will be only 4 vertical lines and a cross line. Now this is known as a bundle. So each bundle represents 5. Hence in the similar manner 6 can be represented as 4 vertical stroke and a cross line and then 1. Next stroke represents the next bundle. Okay. Our next topic is grouped frequency distribution table. Grouped frequency distribution table. Now it is of two types, inclusive distribution and exclusive distribution. Inclusive distribution means the upper limit of a class does not coincides with the lower limit of next class. We will discuss it later. And in exclusive distribution, the upper limit of a class coincides with the lower limit of next class. We are going to understand it by taking some examples. Let us take an example. Here it is frequency and this is class, and let us take it as 0 to 10, 11 to 20 and 21 to 30. Let us consider that frequency of 0 to 10 is 5, 11 to 20 is 6 and 21 to 30 is 3. So this is known as class interval. Now the smaller number of the class interval is known as lower limit and the larger number of the class interval is known as upper limit. So for this class interval, that is 0 to 10, the frequency is 5 and for 11 to 20 this is 6. But look at here carefully, the upper limit of this class is 10 and the lower limit of this class is 11, which is not same. So this kind of distribution is known as inclusive distribution. In this distribution, for class 0 to 10, any data which lies in this class will be greater than or equal to 0 or less than equal to 10. Now let us take another example, that is class, and here it is frequency 0 to 10, 10 to 20 and 20 to 30. Frequency is 4, 5 and 7. Now look at here, the upper limit of the class is 10 and the lower limit of next class is also 10, which are same. So this kind of distribution is known as exclusive distribution. In this distribution for class 10 to 20, if a data lies in this class, then let us consider that data is x, then it will be greater than equal to 10 but less than 20. So the data will not contain 20. Now our next topic is adjustment. Adjustment is used in inclusive distribution. In adjustment, we adjust class interval to form exclusive distribution from inclusive distribution. Let us take an example. Here it is class and the frequency. Now this is the type of inclusive distribution. So to adjust them, just take the upper limit of the class and the lower limit of the next class and subtract them and then divide them by 2. That is, in this case it will be 11 minus 10 by 2 is equal to 0.5. This 0.5 is known as adjustment factor. Now subtract adjustment factor from the lower limit of each class and add adjustment factor from the upper limit of each class. Then this distribution will be in the type of exclusive distribution. Then this distribution will be in the form of exclusive distribution, like that 0.5 to 10.5, 10.5 to 20.5 and 20.5 to 30.5, and frequency remains same. I forgot to tell you about class size and class marks. Class size is the difference between upper limit and the lower limit, and class marks is the midpoint of upper limit and the lower limits, and we can say that in other word that class marks is the average of upper limit and lower limit. Now our next topic is cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency is the sum of all given frequencies till that particular class. Let us take an example, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and the frequency is 4, 5 and 3. Now we are going to draw cumulative frequency. This can be represented as C dot F dot. So cumulative frequency of 0 to 10 will be 4, 10 to 20 will be 4 plus 5 is equal to 9, and next will be 4 plus 5 plus 3 will be 12. There are two types of cumulative frequency table, less than frequency table or greater than frequency table. This is also known as more than frequency table. Now we are going to take an example of less than frequency table. Here it is class, frequency, and less than 10, less than 20, less than 10 is 4, less than 20 is 9, and less than 30 is 12. Now what does this mean? This means that there are 4 data that is less than 10, 9 data are less than 20, and 12 data are less than 30. Now we are going to take an example of more than frequency table. So here it is class, and this is frequency. Now I am going to write more than 0, more than 10 and more than 20. So more than 20 will be equal to 3, more than 10 will be equal to 5 plus 3 is equal to 8, and more than 0 will be equal to 4 plus 5 plus 3 equal to 12. Now this is the basic introduction part of statistics. We will solve first exercise of statistics tomorrow.